You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP FM. Qwerpline this week is brought to you by Harry Man Makes Merry Pancakes, a rollicking new web series where the hirsute host griddles fantastic batters into fluffy breakfast delights. This week, marshmallow rhubarb. Harry Man Makes Merry Pancakes. Just try his berry flan shakes.
Good morning, Innsbruck. Big G Money here with A Train. How's it going, Alex?
Minimally despondent.
That's an improvement over yesterday.
It is.
Great to hear. And I, too, am feeling great, and I hope that everyone out there is feeling great in beautiful Innsbruck, future birthplace of King Terence of Angola.
It's so prudent of them to secure lineages this far in advance.
I mean, they're taking a real shot in the dark, but imagine if they're right.
Wait, they're guessing?
When it's an educated guess, it's a hypothesis.
And when there's money on the line, it's gambling. I think I have some business at the town hall after the broadcast.
Well, all it means for now is that there's an unusually high number of Innsbruckenites named Terence. Sort of just in case. Anyway, it's time for the news. In advance of the upcoming Thurston County Beer Festival, Innsbruck Brewery is holding their annual Customer Appreciation Bring Your Own Keg Day. I have also been provided with a not exhaustive list of things that are not kegs. Buckets, solo cups, beer bongs, regular bongs, your lips wrapped around the spigot, dry casks, garden hose, pantyhose.
Did someone really try that?
I am reading the list I have been given, which also includes lamb skins, wine skins, raccoon skins, novelty balloons, blow-up dolls, erotic or otherwise, grails, chalices, and goblets, wheelbarrows, quote, the copper ton you dipshits stole 3 years ago, and vape pens. Try the new Jelly Bean Sour.
Do we gotta?
They sent us some samples. They're in the break room fridge.
Hey, Michael, we got you something.
I'm more a fan of Armagnac.
And it's that one glorious week of good weather before the snow up in the Oracle Mountain starts to melt, so bring the kids and some life jackets to Innsbruck Dredge Days. See what you can dig up from the Shaughnessy Riverbed. A reminder that Kenneth and Rocco Dalton Spinelli are still looking for 2 of the spinners from the Libertine Submarine Limousine and are offering a reward.
Man, at last year's Dredge Day, I found like 3 shopping carts.
Oh, what'd you do with them?
Left them there. It's catch and release.
Well, for more on the kind of weather we can expect to enjoy during Innsbruck Dredge Days, we go now to Sadie Casperson. Welcome back, Sadie.
Hello, I'm so happy to be back from my vacation. Lenny and I took the RV and we went to Finland.
Oh, how was it?
Well, after Lenny's rash cleared up, we thought we needed to go somewhere milder. And I'd heard about how beautiful Lapland is at this time of year. So we decided to head up there. And oh my goodness, it was amazing. So breathtaking, Graham. Lenny didn't like the food, but that's pretty standard. Couldn't find any cheeseburgers. But the best part was we thought we would need a passport to go to Lapland, but it's not a separate country. But then we got to Sweden, and that was a separate country.
What a surprise that must have been.
But we did find a very nice caribou herd. They were not good at giving directions, but they were nice to look at.
So apart from going to Sweden...
No, we didn't go to Sweden because Lenny doesn't like the fish. So we just tootled around in Finland, and it was gorgeous. We saw trees and more trees, and we thought we saw the Aurora Borealis, but it was actually just a small fire in the hotel kitchen.
Okay, what did you do in Finland then?
Well, our daughter Samantha was so excited when she heard we were going to Finland. As you know, she's at the University of Julesburg now. But she did tell us that we needed to get her a Prestigigor t-shirt. So we went down to something called the Finnish Death Metal Maniacs Fest, and those people had so much energy. It was just so refreshing to see some youth who had so much to say, really. But they were sold out of women's medium, so we ended up getting her a black crucifixion shirt because we thought something with a religious message would be nice. but she was a little disappointed when we got back.
I can understand why.
How are you even able to read the names of the bands?
Oh, that was almost a big whoopsie doopsie on my part, actually. I almost got her a Sepulchral Curse t-shirt until Lenny pointed out my mistake. But of course, that's why I keep him around and to drive the RV.
Wow, good for Lenny. Did you check out any of the music?
Oh, yes, we did. We caught a set by a band. Oh, I've got this in my notes. 1 second. Bumming de Terrace. And they had so much energy.
Don't correct her. Hey, Sadie, this is all fascinating, but what about the weather?
Oh, it was beautiful in Finland.
The weather here.
All right. Dredge days. It will be great. Praise Jesus.
And here I thought I got enough of this from Richter.
Well, as you know, Alex, the Oracle Mountains do cause a little bit of a climate inversion, so our weather tends to be very stable. The full forecast: Tuesday sunny, Wednesday sunny, Thursday sunny, Friday sunny, Saturday sunny, Sunday Jesus, Monday sunny, Tuesday sunny.
That's great and very useful.
I could go on.
Oh, you did.
That's probably for the best, because Lenny and I are actually getting away this weekend on a little vacation, so I gotta go home and pack. We're taking the RV out to Dakar.
That's ambitious.
Well, Lenny said after our last trip, he'd had enough of those Sunday drivers.
The rally teams?
Let's see if any of them know how to put their foot down.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Sadie. Have fun in Dakar.
No, we're taking the RV.
Well, don't encourage her, Gus. Thanks anyway. Sadie, next up is time for sports with Montgomery Kone.
Hey there, Innsbruck sports fans. It's me, Montgomery Kone, here to give you all the sports news that's going on this week. Sideball's in a bit of a refractory period, so I had to go out hunting for sports because I like to get a paycheck. Here in Innsbruck, did you know that we have a co-ed rhythm gymnastics team? They call themselves the Gymtastics. I checked them out. They didn't suck as much as I thought they would, and so I brought on the captain of the team. Introduce yourself to the Innsbruck listening audience.
Hello, listeners. I am James Tumbletrub, and I am the captain of the Gymtastics, and we've been tumbling since the 60s, but I've only been captain for the last year or so.
Thanks for coming in today, Jimmy. Now, when I walked into your dojo the other day, I was real surprised because I thought I knew something about rhythm gymnastics, but none of y'all were farting with ribbons like I expected.
Well, Montgomery, that's a common misconception. We don't just use the ribbons. We've got all sorts of equipment in traditional rhythmic gymnastics. We've got the hoops, we work with the ball, we've got clubs, the net, the trident, and the orb.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, G-Money, you wouldn't believe it. Like, these kids are running around on the mat, hitting each other with the net. It was kind of astounding.
The net's one of the most important things for us to train with. You see, rhythmic gymnastics is all about movement. And if you're able to confine your opponent and keep them from moving, you have a real advantage over them.
It was fascinating to watch, Jimbo. I never thought I would have put rhythm gymnastics and unbridled aggression in the same sentence, but, here we are.
Well, Montgomery, it's not actually about aggression. You see, this is a judge sport, so even if you are actually able to take an arm off your opponent, it's still up to the judges, that final thumbs up or thumbs down as to who wins the match.
Whoa, wait, what?
So we're really excited for the local blacksmith to finish our Team Cestus, and that way we can finally start training for regionals.
Are you gladiators?
No, the gladiators are based out of Sheffield. We're the Innsbruck Gymtastics.
I think everyone's been selling rhythm gymnastics real short these days, and I think the crowds would love it. We just get enough people to come out and watch it. So I'm asking everybody, since Sideball's off this week, you all should come down to the Innsbruck Coliseum and really cheer for our team.
It's not that kind of coliseum.
Well, if you're interested in checking the sport out before you commit to season tickets, you can come down to the south parking lot at Nattering Pines Mall. We're having an exhibition.
James, could I just rewind to one of the pieces of equipment you mentioned earlier? The orb?
Uh-huh.
Because you already have a ball.
Look at this neophyte. Doesn't know the difference between the ball and the orb.
I know. G-Money, the difference is you can touch the ball. You mustn't touch the orb.
That's all the time today we have for sports. Thanks for coming out today, JT. Go check out the Gymtastics. This has been Montgomery Kone signing off for Sports in Innsbruck.
Wow, thanks for that.
I guess?
I kind of want to go check it out, Alex.
The game?
I just got to know what the orb is.
I don't feel I need to know.
Speaking of unsolved mysteries, we go now to traffic with Richter Hammock Slam up in the QWRP traffic coopter. How's it going up there, Richter?
Absolutely terrible, Graham.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not.
This time of year is always a problem for me. I have no idea what to do when it comes around to Dredge Week.
May I recommend giving us a description of the traffic?
That would require me to take my eyes off of the river for a moment, Graham, and I need to know exactly when it's free so I can bring back the water skiers.
What?
Heli-skiing, Graham. It's the new trend.
Heli-skiing is when you drop someone off at the top of a mountain and they ski down it.
I've lost enough customers that way to not fall for that one again. No, Graham. This is bringing the mountain to Mohammed. The snow melts on the peaks, comes down the rivers, and runs right through Innsbruck. And now you too can ski from the comfort of your skis.
Are you suggesting that people water ski the Shaughnessy during a flash flood?
Yeah, and where does the helicopter come in?
Generally at about 45 degrees above them at high speed. You need to be going at a pretty good clip if you want to stay above water on those bad boys.
So you're dragging a bunch of future corpses down the Shaughnessy, huh?
Not down, up. And I have to reiterate, future corpses, because of the warning I got from Town Hall when I attempted to have the traffic copter reclassified as a hearse.
It's unusual of you to be so pragmatic, Richter.
So you are dragging, hopefully, willing participants upstream against the floods on what I infer are actually alpine skis.
Well, I wouldn't be towing them unwillingly, Graham. They have to pay me first. Otherwise, how could I afford to do this? Also, alpine skis are cheaper out of season.
But you're not doing that right now. You're watching the river and waiting.
Graham, it would be irresponsible of me to take customers out on the Shaughnessy without first seeing what bubbles up from the dredging.
Would it be too much trouble for you to tell us at least a little bit about the nearby traffic?
I would love to, Alex, but after lengthy negotiations with Captain Gord of the Volunteer Coast Guard, I am no longer allowed to give traffic details relating to the river or other waterways of Innsbruck.
What about the roads?
Oh, they're still made of concrete, so no problem, Graham. Back to you.
Thank you, Richter. Well, next up, Alex, what are you doing?
Just checking in on the tracking information for that Stinger missile I bought on eBay.
The station owns that copter.
This is a gift for the Rocketry Club. Did you think... Oh. Yeah, I've thought about it.
Well, not to give you more dark thoughts, but we go now to summer intern Derek, who is on location at Raster Heights Academy, where the last blacksmith in Thurston County is attempting to find her successor. Hello, Derek.
Hi, Graham. Hi, Alex. Man, I always love it when you guys send me to these job fairs, but this is a really different kind of deal.
It's not a job fair, Derek.
Oh, I just assumed that's what it was because it involves a blacksmith and they always hold these kind of things at the high school.
No, Derek, she's the last blacksmith in the county, and she's touring all the high schools. You're supposed to be telling me this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You texted me all this. Okay, hang on. Hi, Derek. Here's the information for that story you're doing on the blacksmith. Make it sound natural. That doesn't sound like something I'd say, Graham.
It's not a script, Derek.
No, I figured that, Graham. I mean, you didn't even format this properly. My dialogue isn't centered and there's no blocking for this scene.
Why are you there?
Because you sent me here. I'm here to interview the last blacksmith about a replacement. Didn't you read Graham's notes? Graham, something's happened to Alex.
He's fine, Derek. Michael's pouring him some Armagnac. Please continue.
Well, if Alex is feeling stressed out, he should take up blacksmithing, which is something I found out today that not everyone can do.
Tell me more.
Absolutely. Now, the conditions for this ritual to find the next blacksmith is conducted entirely in silence, so I will talk everybody through it. That also means that we won't be having an interview today. You'll just be listening to me, Derek. Innsbruck's last blacksmith has shown up today and laid a velvet cloth on the floor. It's a beautiful black, like the soot from the fire. On it, she's laid 5 traditional blacksmith tools. I see a hammer, some sort of tongs, an anvil, and some other things that I don't know the name of. They brought in most of the kids from the vocational program and some of the kids from the art program, and each of them is taking a turn, blindfolded, at picking what they think is the correct instrument. Some of the members of Innsbruck's SCA are here, and they haven't been able to figure out the ritual at all. Oh, also, listeners, if you go down to the south parking lot at Nattering Pines Shopping Mall later, they'll be doing an exhibition involving cool things with PVC.
So, aside then, listeners, definitely avoid or definitely attend the south parking lot at Nattering Pines Mall this weekend.
Ooh, listeners, another student has approached the tools. And they've chosen poorly, which is too bad, but don't worry, there's another 75 people in line, and I'll be here to talk you through how all of them are doing. And now I'm being approached by somebody else with their own microphone. How exciting! Perhaps the interviewer will become the interviewee.
Hello, honorable and beleaguered listeners of QWRP FM. I am Beatrice Landstrad, and I have a question for you, Derek. What the hell are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm here reporting on the news.
I would argue that your reporting is neither thorough nor informative. All you are doing is providing a distraction to what is supposed to be a very solemn ceremony.
But they're supposed to ignore me. I'm a reporter on the radio. It's like a theater of the mind, and I'm a stagehand, all clad in black.
Derek, your shirt is bright orange and it's skin tight. It's extremely difficult to miss your stature.
Why do people keep saying that to me while they're handing me phone numbers?
I guess there's no accounting for taste. Anyhow, QWRP listeners, allow me to set the stage for you in a theater of the mind with proper staff and lighting and cues and a soundboard that's being manned by not one, but 2 employees. The scene, the Raster Heights Academy. A long line of students waits anxiously while Dalai Lamar searches for a successor. Will people choose the correct enchanted tool, or will they be a recipient of the blacksmith's curse?
That's pretty much everything I said.
I would argue that mine had more convincing and evocative delivery. I also mentioned the curse, which seems kind of like a big deal.
There's a curse?
Yes, if you choose poorly, you are cursed never to become a blacksmith.
This system sounds stupid.
But it's an Innsbruck tradition.
Did he stutter?
Hold on a minute, A-Train. Now, while I hold you in the highest esteem as our aldersman, and one day I would like to work with you and then replace you and take your job both as aldersman and morning show radio host, I have to stand up and have to say that traditions are one of the things that really sets us apart. According to sociology, humans have traditions, unlike orangutans or chimpanzees or people from Sheffield.
Yeah, guys, I mean, if we don't follow our traditions, we won't know how to do anything around here. And then the blacksmith's curse will die out.
It will herald in a new age of darkness and poorly forged horseshoes.
Wow, you're really good at this.
Thank you. I'm in the broadcast club.
We should get together and compare notes.
You're not my type.
This is so refreshing. Normally people just disregard me and call me a tall drink of water. But I'm not a tall drink of water. I'm not even a glass. I'm not even allowed to be a keg.
Well, there you have it, weary QWRP listeners. As you have heard here, thanks to my investigative reporting, summer intern Derek is massively sick of being sexually objectified, so cut that out. Also, Innsbruck appears to be safe from the blacksmith's curse. If the results here at Raster Heights Academy are any indication, back to you in the studio, Graham and Alex.
Wait, I'm being what?
We didn't even get to hear if they found the new Dalai Lamar.
Who gives a
Probably Dalai Lamar, but we're coming up on the break, so I guess that's it for that story. When we come back, come on down to the town square for Can You Outblow an Octogenarian? Yes, the Lesser Miami Warning Horn is on tour, and their designated hornblower Cyril Puffman is here. Come meet the last remaining Lesser Miami Blowhard and participate in the 3rd annual Interjurisdictional Honk Off.
Don't forget what we learned from the 2nd annual Honk Off, and bring your own disinfectant wipes.
And the Innsbruck Scandinavian Society is opening their ceremonial Time Hakarl from 12 years ago.
Ooh, what's in it?
Just the rotten shark, but it's wrapped in newspaper to keep the moisture out, and the newspapers are full of optimistic musings about the future of social media, so it's a window to another time. Stick around, more Qwerpline after this.
You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP FM. Thanks again to our sponsor, Harry Man Makes Merry Pancakes, a rollicking new web series where the Hirsute host griddles fantastic batters into fluffy breakfast delights. This week, Peanut Butter Cyclone. Harry Man Makes Merry Pancakes for when every American wakes.